The Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho is the canon of the doctrine of the Jodo Shinshu. It is the quintessence of all religions and religious philosophies. The system is grand and unique, but the doctrine is so complicated that the students will be thrown into a labyrinth or tire of the study midway unless they are well guided. The Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho is famous and widely known, but few read it through with joy. Hotan, a great scholar of Keigon, once said, quote, "The man who composed the Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho must be a madman." Close quote. If a man tries to understand this book simply by intellectual reasoning like Hotan, he will think it a book of a madman. If a man tries to climb this steep peak with his own legs of self-power, he will be at a deadlock. If a man opens this book for the purpose of increasing worldly knowledge, he will be disappointed. Only he who fears and trembles before the mirror of the law of karma or causality and sincerely inspires to discover his life in the truth of the Buddha will rejoice in it. He has found peace of mind. He will be delighted and thankful to the three treasures of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The book of life must be read with the inmost heart. The Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho is the overflow of Shinran Shonen's pure religious feeling. It is the book of pure faith. Through faith, he had a spiritual union with the Buddha of infinite light and reposed in the bosom of the Buddha of eternal life. Shinran Shonen perused for many years all the sutras, Mahayana, Theravada, and after that he selected the 3 sutras upon which he established the Jodo Shinshu. He amalgamated all Buddhism in his own crucible of Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho. All sutras, all sects, and all different teachings of Buddhism seem to have dissolved in the doctrine of the true Pure Land sect. This book is the system of Amitabha's transcendent wisdom and infinite love. Those who ardently wish to get rid of samsara and fervently aspire to reach the highest perfect knowledge will appreciate the value of Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho. Was there anyone who was as sincere and reflective as Shinran Shonen concerning karma, samsara, and emancipation? And was there any who discriminated and judged true faith and untrue faith as severely as our master Shinran? The Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho is the book of confessions of the true disciple of the Buddha. It is the self-manifestation of the power of Amitabha's sacred vow, the treasure store of wisdom and love of all Buddhas. It is the voice, the heart, and the virtue of absolute truth, tathata. Unless one has deep introspection, awakened conscience, lamentation for one's own sinfulness, and the fervent aspiration for absolute freedom, his knowledge of the Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho would be like a house built on sand. Shinran Shonen was a great religious genius. He was truly awakened by the power of Amitabha. He heard Amitabha's name unconditioned, and suddenly Shinran acquired pure faith. The Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho is indeed the embodiment of Amitabha's calling and Shinran's pure faith. The pure faith is the only way to enlightenment, nirvana. It is the nucleus of all Buddhism. This is the doctrine of this sacred book. Life is short and full of sufferings. Life without philosophy and religion is dry. Without pure faith, one cannot reach the other shore of nirvana. But what are the relations between the pure faith of Shin Buddhism and the Noble Eightfold Path, or the Four Noble Truths of Theravada Buddhism? What are the relations between pure faith and humanity or moral laws? The Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho will give you the answer to these questions. In the world today, most of the people are selfish, covetous, irritable, and have neither peace of mind nor noble ideals in life. They are like a forsaken boat, lost on the rough seas. Philosophy, practices, disciplines, and morals have no power to emancipate mankind from its illusions, lust, and karma. Religions of revelation, or reason, and others, easy but irrational, cannot carry the people to the ultimate enlightenment of nirvana, and are incapable of cultivating the soil of human mind as deeply as to reveal the jewel of light and love of Buddha nature. A religion without true practice and true faith is not the paramount. Buddhism without vow and practice is not the supreme. Let those who have ears to hear listen to the voice of the absolute truth. I have been contemplating for a long time to translate Shinran's Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho into English. It is a difficult task, nay, almost impossible to represent perfectly Shinran's true spirit in a foreign language. Perhaps the present attempt may be a failure, but being unable to check the overflow of my joy and thankfulness for the three treasures, I have boldly taken up this difficult undertaking, hoping for improvements in the future. I was compelled often, in wishing to clarify the meaning or to make it understandable, to expound the text by avoiding word-for-word translation. However, I have tried my best to remain faithful to the original meaning. Times have changed. The people of the world have come to pay closer attention to Buddhism, and translation works are being carried on in many countries. The teaching of Kyo-Gyo-Shin-Sho is not only the revelation of the spirit of the three great sutras, but it is the light of all religions of the world. And Jodo Shinshu will play in the future the most sublime and significant role in the history of religions. Saizo, Inagaki, 1953.